Namaskar, welcome to Enviroannotations Productions. Here are the top headlines for the week ending 31st January 2026. India adds 2 new wetlands to its Ramsar list ahead of World Wetlands Day 2026. Patna Bird Sanctuary in Uttar Pradesh and Chhari-Dhand in Gujarat receive international recognition for their rich biodiversity. India's Ramsar network has grown from 26 sites in 2014 to 98 today. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has notified the Solid Waste Management Rules 2026. The new rules notified under the Environment Protection Act 1986 will come into full force from 1st April 2026, replacing the Solid Waste Management Rules 2016. Notable that Solid Waste Management Rules in India came into existence in the year 2000. A link for a detailed report is given in the description. In a related news, India reports to have accelerated the drive to eliminate city dump sites under Swachh Bharat Mission. Over 62% of legacy waste stated to have been processed, with 214 high-impact sites prioritized for remediation. CETPs no longer need environmental clearance. The notification vide SO 389E dated 28th January 2026 states that in the schedule of EIE notification under heading Physical Infrastructure including Environmental Services, Item 7H and the entries relating thereto shall be omitted. One of the reasons stated in the notification is that a growing trend towards the adoption of zero liquid discharge systems has been observed across several sectors. Further, ZLD systems ensure that no untreated or partially treated wastewater is released into the environment. Instead, the entire effluent stream undergoes comprehensive treatment and the treated water is recycled and reused within industrial operations. This practice not only conserves valuable freshwater resources but also minimizes the risk of environmental pollution. A copy of the notification is given in the description. India further eases industrial approvals with amended Uniform Consent Guidelines. Integrated consents under Air and Water Acts cut delays, reduce paperwork, and support continuous operations while maintaining strict environmental safeguards. Under the amended Uniform Consent Guidelines, the consent to operate CTO, once granted, will remain valid until it is cancelled. Previously, consents had to be renewed periodically, but now the need for repeated renewals is removed. Compliance will still be enforced through periodic inspections and the consent can be cancelled if violations on environmental non-compliances are detected. Additionally, the state and union territories can allow a one-time consent to operate fee valid for 5 to 25 years, reducing repetitive fee collection. For every $1 spent protecting nature, $30 goes to destroying it. A United Nations report warns that for every dollar invested in nature, $30 flow into environmentally harmful activities, urging urgent financial reforms to redirect global capital. A link to the United Nations report is given in the description. India's corporate climate transition planning remains fragmented, says Institute for Energy, Economics and Financial Analysis, IEEFA report. A new study finds India's flagship battery incentive scheme has fallen short of its goal. Despite strong industry interest, just 2.8% of the targeted battery manufacturing capacity under the ACC-PLI scheme has been commissioned so far. The report warns that supply chain bottlenecks and policy gaps are slowing India's push to build a competitive battery ecosystem. Another news on battery: WTO members review China's request for a dispute panel on India's battery and e-vehicle incentives. The measures under scrutiny include production-linked incentives for advanced chemistry cell batteries, automobiles, auto components, and electric vehicles. The discussion took place at the Dispute Settlement Body meeting on 27th January. WTO members discussed revised draft ministerial statement on plastics ahead of NC14. The dialogue on plastics pollution and environmentally sustainable plastics trade focused on finalizing the text for the 14th Ministerial Conference in March in Cameroon. The draft builds on consultations held since November to strengthen commitments on sustainable plastics trade. Now, news from NGT. The National Green Tribunal Principal Bench has pulled up the Delhi police over inaction against illegal polluting industries in East Delhi. The case involves red category industrial units operating unlawfully in village Gamri. The tribunal noted that inspection teams were blocked, premises were locked, and hostile crowds were mobilized. It also recorded that police officials refused to allow forced entry and declined to sign the inspection report, calling this a serious enforcement failure. The tribunal has summoned the DCP North East Delhi to personally explain the lapse. The matter will be heard next on 16th April 2026. The NGT Principal Bench has pulled up the cricket associations over excessive groundwater use in stadiums. The tribunal flagged continued extraction despite the availability of treated sewage water. Mohali's I.S. Bindra Stadium was singled out for using nearly 6,000 kiloliters of groundwater every month. The NGT rejected claims that treated water was unavailable. It warned that such practices threaten groundwater sustainability. Stadiums in Nagpur, Kolkata, Lahali, Thiruvananthapuram and Guwahati have been asked to explain their actions within 6 weeks. The tribunal also imposed 5,000 rupees cost on 12 cricket associations for failing to submit compliance reports. The National Green Tribunal has issued strong directions against illegal sand mining in Uttar Pradesh. The case relates to violations along the river Ganga in Kanpur and nearby areas. The tribunal found repeated breaches of environmental clearances and sand mining guidelines. It flagged failures by both the project proponent and state authorities to enforce the law. While stopping short of immediate prosecution, the NGT warned that any further non-compliance will invite criminal action. It ordered strict inspections, use of satellite monitoring, and full compliance with environmental norms. The NGT has ordered urgent measures to restore native fishes in the river Yamuna. The action follows reports of declining indigenous fish and a rise in exotic species. The tribunal noted that pollution and habitat damage are driving native fish towards extinction. It flagged the spread of invasive species like tilapia and common carp in polluted stretches. The NGT has directed states and central agencies to improve water quality and maintain river flow. Fisheries departments have been told to restock native species and curb exotic fish farming. The order aims to revive the Yamuna's ecological balance. The National Green Tribunal Principal Bench has ordered the state of Himachal Pradesh and a contractor to pay 47.14 lakh rupees in environmental compensation to Kushal Gupta, owner of the Himalayan trout fish farm in Kullu. The tribunal found that during the construction of a new bridge over Haripur Nala, muck and debris were dumped into the stream, polluting water and killing thousands of trout and their eggs downstream. The NGT held that the respondents violated provisions of Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974 and caused significant environmental damage. The compensation is to be paid within 2 months and the Public Works Department may recover it from the contractor. Now some news on Aravalli. On 21st January 2026, during the Supreme Court hearing in the Pan-Aravalli suo motu matter, the court accepted only one intervention application filed by a Rajya Sabha member of parliament from Bihar. Intervention applications submitted by long-standing Aravalli conservationists including Dr. Rajendra Singh and People for Aravallis were not accepted. Lawyers representing affected communities were not permitted to present arguments and were instead directed to share concerns with the amicus curiae. This has raised serious concerns about the marginalization of grassroots voices in a matter directly affecting their land, water and livelihoods, says Aravalli Bachao citizens movements. Meanwhile, reports are received that despite the clear Supreme Court orders banning mining in the Aravalli range, illegal mining continues in many areas. The ban was reiterated by the court in May 2024 and again in December 2025. A fresh violation has been reported from Deepawas village in Nimka Thana, Sikar district. A mining company, Ojasvi Marbles and Granites Private Limited, allegedly began clearing land on 16 January 2026. Villagers have shared geotagged images showing heavy machinery at work in broad daylight. The site is just 2 kilometers from Baleshwar Conservation Reserve. The proposed mining area covers about 180 hectares. It lies at the mouth of Girjan River. The river is only source of drinking water and irrigation for about 60,000 people in more than 40 villages. Locals fear air pollution, noise pollution, loss of farmland, falling groundwater levels and damage to livelihoods. 2 farmers have approached the Supreme Court. Protests against illegal mining are now growing across the Aravalli region. The Aravalli Sanrakshan Yatra is a people-led campaign organized by Aravalli Virasat Jan Abhiyan is drawing national attention to the rapid ecological destruction of Aravalli range due to illegal mining and weak enforcement of Supreme Court orders. A new climate trends analysis warns that rising climate risks could make parts of India uninsurable as infrastructure investment accelerates in climate vulnerable regions. Predictable extreme weather is driving up losses and straining the insurance system. The report cautions that without better risk pricing and adaptation, insured losses may fall far short of actual damage. India launches its first collaborative animal welfare funding circle to tackle chronic underfunding. Backed by 14 crore rupees from multiple foundations, the initiative aims to channel CSR funds into scalable evidence-based animal welfare projects. Experts at the India Animal Welfare Forum emphasized the need for coordinated policy-aligned action to make animal welfare a national development priority. Digit Insurance reportedly pays one of India's first moisture index-based parametric insurance claims to farmers in Rajasthan. Over 500 farmers in Tonk district received payouts after excess soil moisture breached predefined thresholds, protecting crops from climate-related losses. The initiative, covering thousands of acres across Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, aims to help farmers manage financial risks from extreme weather. Taxmin, a Section 8 company created under the aegis of the National Mission on Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems NMICPS program by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, hosts inception meeting to operationalize Center of Excellence on M3R, mine reclamation, restoration and repurposing, post-mine closure and repurposing. Indraprastha Gas Limited and ORSL signed Memorandum of Understanding to jointly develop compressed biogas projects across India. The partnership formalized at India Energy Week 2026 positions ORSL as IGL's execution partner to accelerate national CBG project development. Johan and Michael Poonawalla of Poonawalla Group invest in Regeno, a 100% biodegradable packaging solution set to disrupt the market. Maxvolt Energy launches Maxvolt Re-Earth to drive circular economy through India's end-to-end lithium battery recycling ecosystem. Finalists for 2026 International AGF Awards have been announced. The awards are presented across 10 vital sustainability categories, including power, water, food, and travel, with the top accolades of International Greener Festival Award and International Greener Arena Award 2026. That's all in this episode. We will be back soon. Take care of yourself and your environment. Keep watching Enviro Annotations. Thank you very much.